Well, I was only here to talk about Raiden's crowns and the other two, but apparently we got the bandit units now. So there are 2 bandit units that we know of currently. It's Rhus and Neilikka yet again. They get even another unit addition. Let's see if this one's even better than the previous one, or at least on par with them. So terrible vision card, of course. STMR is pretty standard at this point. I mean, they're not really being inventive with TMR and STMRs anymore. Like, it's pretty common that these are pretty much what we're going to be expecting from now on, and it's unfortunate. And as you might expect, they're also SLB. There hasn't been a single Brave Shift unit at all this anniversary, so that's incredibly depressing. And on top of that, he is needing EX2 in order to get 150% amp. And I don't really understand why, but it's the 120 times mod with no 100 times mod buff thing that, you know, premiums get. So for some reason he has a premium thing where he has EX2 needed for 150% amp, but no premium vision card, and also no premium LB mod buff. So you need Tita's STMR, Laswell's STMR, or Reagan's STMR to use on this guy. It's already not looking too good. A lot of killers, that's fine. 8 times cap. What most people are talking about is this thing here with the 70% amp for water, which is good. But is it as good as a 100 LB damage field or an Imperil field? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's pretty good though. Considering we have a lot of other stuff that have been come out lately to make teams more diverse, this is decent. 40% sword and peril, and then he has is 600 times, I believe. So he's below normal premium mods. I don't really understand what the point, like, other than the field, I don't understand the point of this guy. Why does this guy even exist? Sorry, why does this guy even exist? I don't know. He has 160% aquatic killer, which is nice, I guess, and this thing is shared between Neilikka and Rhus together. It's not bad. But why would you ever pull for this guy when Fina and Laswell are still in banner? Like, there's absolutely zero reason to pull for this guy. You'd rather get him like as an off banner thing. When I saw this, I thought, oh, do they have it? No. When I saw this icon here, nope. There's nothing here. So yeah, you need 100 times mod boost, like equipment for him. He's not worth it. There's so much other stuff, like this almost the end of the month already, and you know the first of the month banner units are usually pretty good, so who's gonna spend Lapis on this? I'll give him like 7.25 just because of the field effect, but that's it. It's definitely skippable. Let's look at Neilikka, who actually has a leader skill for some reason, and Rhus does not. I don't understand that. Teamwear and STMR are... Actually, this is decent, because that's quite... Actually, this is actually pretty good. I would get multiples of this. This is one of the rare times where you actually want to get multiple copies of something. So that's actually not too bad. The STMR, though, whatever. And then you can tell they're not premium because of the vision card, but for some reason, they still require you to have... I mean, this is more standard, I guess. I'm waiting for them to eventually make this AoE for all allies. Eventually, they'll probably do that. Instead of having, you know, something else, they just have it all allies, because those Neovision Plus units, they have terrible amps, so I would expect to have AoE 100% amps at least eventually. And then this thing unlocks some strong chaining, I guess, if you want to call it that. But only 50 times mod buff for ability chaining, that's just terrible. After 2 turns. Pretty bad. 120 times mod buff. Aquatic killer. The same thing that Rhus had. And then she has 8 times cap. And for some reason when you summon Leviathan, you get light damage instead of water. But I guess that's different. So that's pretty decent. Some chaining options, I guess. But they only get 50 times mod buff. Leader skill for new category elite soldiers. I don't really know what that entails. I should have looked at that in game, but I did not. For some reason, I saw it, and I was in game, and I just completely forgot. So, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, though, even still. 40% fist and peril, but everything else is pretty standard. And she's not even a chaining LB. She doesn't even have a chaining LB SLB, so all that's completely worthless anyways. She's, even though she has a Leo skill, I think she's actually worse. Because her LB doesn't chain at all, so you're relying on ability chaining, which is never a good thing in this day and age. So I'll give her like a 6.5. I think that's pretty fair. Her TMR is good. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair because she has a pretty good TMR. She has the 8 times cap. She has a field effect. I think that's fair, but in the grand scheme of things, I have to start lowering scores on these base Neovision units because Neovision Plus are going to obviously be better in most aspects. So let's look at Rain's crowns now. Alright, so Rain got very similar crowns to Deus. 70 times mod buff, it's acceptable, I guess. And then his LB got upgraded, but it's pathetic. And his base LB got upgraded, but it's still pathetic. Who's ever using this? No one's ever using this. It got like a 60 times mod buff. You could make this like 500 times plus the 70 times and it still wouldn't be good. Because it's worthless. Now if this had like a 45% sword and peril tied to it, then probably would use it, I guess. Like what is... Does he have anything? Oh yes, he already has 40%. I don't know if that 5% might be. I don't know. But his Brave Shift LB, I mean, it didn't get upgraded, of course. Sadly. And all he got was a 70 times mod buff. He didn't get any extra attack. So he is below lock still. That's all the math. He's still below lock. But that's still respectable. 100. He has 600 times on an LB with 8 times cap. That's not too bad for a quote-unquote older unit, quote-unquote. He's not even that old. But he has 8 times cap. He has 600 times for 5 turns. It's not bad. It's pretty respectable for an older premium to have, so pretty good. And then we have the rest. Like, I'm not even gonna waste much time talking about these. Like, they're so bad. It's so bad. 200 times mod, you might think, wow, they're giving that huge of a modifier, and then you go down here and look, and it's bolting strike with only one, it changed 1 time, and it starts at 300 times. And it's an SLB. So, it's really bad. Like, everything here is just bad. 40% amp. Like, why? Why does this guy even exist? Seriously, it's just trash. Trash crowns. And then we have Sakura. I mean, it's basically the same, except probably worse or just as bad. Yeah, just as bad. It's the same. Only 9 hits on the chain, so it chains 1 time. Why is that even a thing? It's really bad. 40% amp again. It's just, they're bad. Both of them are just bad. Unfortunately, they were filler now, and they're gonna, or they were filler then. They're gonna be filler now. So just really awful. Let me know what you guys think about in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about these upgrades? Especially Reigns, they're pretty decent. And then what do you think about the banner units? I'll see you guys in the comment section. Peace.